Investors buy a call contract because they believe a stock's value will increase. The seller in a call contract, meanwhile, enters the deal thinking that a stock's value will fall or stay roughly the same. In a put, those sentiments swap places. The buyer believes the value of the stock will fall, and the seller believes the value will rise or stay roughly the same. In our put example, B owns a collection of 100 records that she thinks are worthless. Her friend Arnold disagrees. To take advantage of Arnold's bullish sentiment, B suggests a deal. She'll pay him $100 on the condition that, in 5 years, she can sell Arnold her collection for $10 an album. In the put contract, very little has changed. There's still a buyer, the seller, a premium, a strike price, and an expiration date. When the contract's expiration day arrives, one of two scenarios can play out. In the first, B is correct about her assumption, and the albums are only worth $1 each. Nonetheless, Arnold agreed to buy those records from B for $10 each when expiration day arrived. Arnold keeps the $100 premium but must pay B $1,000 for the records, making his total loss $900. That means B's total profit equals $900. Arnold, meanwhile, gets the record collection, but at a price 9 times higher than its value. In the second scenario, the albums are worth $20 each at expiration. The contract with Arnold only obligates him to buy the collection for $10 each, though. B, as the buyer, can choose not to exercise her rights and instead hold on to her record collection now that it's valued at $2,000. For his part, Arnold keeps the $100 he accepted when B proposed the deal 5 years ago. If you notice, the rights in a put function the same way they do in a call. The buyer secures their rights with the premium, and by accepting that payment up front, the seller agrees to the conditions of the contract. The only difference in function between buying a put and a call is that when a put option expires, the buyer is selling and the seller is buying. Let's look at how puts function on Wall Street. A stock is trading at $50, but you're certain the value will drop to $40. You buy or go long on a put contract at the $45 strike price for 25 cents a share, equaling a $25 premium with an expiration date 1 month away. Just as in a call, that $25 represents your maximum loss as the buyer. Because this is a put, you calculate your break-even by subtracting the premium you received per share from your contract strike price to get a break-even of $44.75. Again, once the value of the stock drops below $44.75, you begin collecting profit. Similar to selling a call, the put seller shorts the position and collects the $25 premium, their maximum profit. The seller's break-even in a put is the same as the buyer's, $44.75. However, they only keep their premium if the stock remains above the break-even point. See the distinction? In a call, the buyer wants the stock to stay above the break-even in their long position, and the seller wants the stock to sink below their short. In a put, the buyer wants the stock to fall below their break-even, and the seller wants the stock to stay above it. Now, you're the buyer in a put and another party is the seller. You paid a $25 premium to secure your right to sell stock at a strike price of $45 a share. The contract is good for 1 month. Again, 2 different scenarios can happen by expiration day. In the first, your prediction was accurate. When expiration day arrives, the stock is trading at $40. At that point, the seller is obligated to purchase the shares in your long position for $45 each, even though those shares are only worth $40. To calculate your profit, subtract the current strike of $40 per share from your break-even of $44.75. That's a profit of $475. Once again, that's a 1,900% return on your initial $25 investment. By accepting a $25 premium when the contract was originally made, the seller is obligated to pay $45 a share for all 100 shares now valued at only $40. Once more, when you exercise your right to sell, the money for that profit comes out of the seller's portfolio. Not every investment will benefit you, however. In the second scenario, the stock is worth $45 or higher on expiration. As the buyer, there's no incentive for you to sell stock valued at $45 for more than it's worth, so you realize your maximum loss of $25, or the premium you paid when you bought the contract. The seller, meanwhile, keeps the money having successfully shorted the contract. So, just like in a call, the put buyer has a clearly defined downside and an undefined upside. The seller, too, has a clearly defined upside and an undefined downside. In the next track, we'll take a step back to check out one of the riskiest moves an investor can make: going naked.